Okay, so Dawn of War 4 has just been announced at Gamescom. Let's take a look at the user interface. So we see over here, this is still a work in progress, not the final quality. And let's just analyze the overall user interface. So we're going to have the resources over here in the top left corner. We're going to have requisition, power, and also over here the cap for the overall manpower, up to 300 for Space Marines. And we see over here, this is the Space Marine base, and we're going to have some additional units over here on the minimap. And this will be around 79 out of that. We see them over here, so he will have two dreadnoughts. We have the commander, which is over here, the first one. In this case, this will be Cyrus. We see that this will excel at range, so since he is a sniper, effective against single targets, and stealth increases durability. So what I really like about this is we see over here an XP slider, so that means they will add the veterancy, which is available within Dawn of War 2. And in my opinion, that is one of the most important aspects that I like about Dawn of War 2 compared to Dawn of War 1. Especially since they added that veterancy, it's really important to make sure that you're going to keep your units alive, that they will scale up. And once they will be scaled up, they will also become more powerful. For example, within Dawn of War 2, we have the scouts. If you're gonna level those up, you can also do a frag grenade and also an explosive shotgun blast. And at the same time, if you're gonna reach maybe level 4, you can also use infiltrate to maybe do a stealth grenade, and afterwards you can still do a blast, and that's really important. Now, some other elements, we have them over here. So these are, let's say, ready to be deployed. Most likely they will be using drop pods. So just like within Dawn of War 3. This is something quite interesting. One thing that I don't like about Dawn of War 4 is that it will be initially released only with 4 factions. So we have the Space Marines, we have the Necrons, we have the Orcs, and we have the Adeptus Mechanicus in this case. Now, let's check over here the overall user interface. Initially, when I saw this user interface, and we're going to have over here the global abilities, over here the individual abilities. So we see this most likely will be infiltrate. This will be a special shot. And yeah, I think this is the retreat button. So this is set to R over here, which is usually reinforced. Not sure exactly if that's the retreat button or not. But initially when I saw this user interface, I wasn't very pleased with the overall aesthetics. But afterwards, let's just check a little bit over here the video. So we have over here a dreadnought that is fighting a tomb spider, and we're still gonna have the sync animation. This is something that stands out within Dawn of War franchise compared to StarCraft or Warcraft or other real-time strategies, and this is what I really like about Dawn of War. So we see over here the dread. We'll fight that tomb spider. We see over here orcs, so against Adeptus Mechanicus. Overall, the graphics over here are not that impressive, but when we're gonna have this fight over here, so we have over here the mech boy, we have the build menu over here. So it's a little bit odd. I'm not a big fan of these styles. This reminds me of Red Alert, in my opinion. I prefer the classic build menu over here, just like within Dawn of War 1 or StarCraft or Brood War. Not sure exactly why they decided to make it like this. But most likely people are gonna use hotkeys. This user interface is let's say, mostly intended for people that will go ahead and click stuff, just like within Command and Conquer and Red Alert. So I'm not a big fan of that. We're gonna see the globals over here. We see that for the mech boy, it will only have F ability over here for repair. But we see that the mech boy over here, this is most likely will be the builder, so maybe they will not have the Gretchins implemented. Over here, I don't see any commander for the orcs, like we had Cyrus over here. So this is quite odd that there's such a large orc army over here, and we see the buildings will be quite interesting, but there's no commander. And we see this orc army fighting, and this is initially when I saw the user interface over here, I was not that pleased. But when I saw this close-up to the Dreadnought that will fight the Slugger Boys over here, I saw that the camera will have the possibility to zoom in and zoom out. And I really hope that they will maintain the 360-degree rotation, because that was something that was not implemented within Dawn of War 3, and I think that was something that was missing, because Dawn of War 1 has full camera control rotation, Dawn of War 2 has it, and it's really important that you have access so you can rotate around over here. Now we see over here again many Space Marines. We see the veterancy. So for some of those assaults and tactical, they will have that veterancy. If they will be engaged, they will have that red icon over here on top of that. Okay, so I'm really curious, what is your opinion regarding this? I'm not that pleased that they didn't introduce maybe other factions. So usually Eldars, they have been available within each. But yeah, not sure about that. So we have the Space Marines, we have the Orcs, they've been present within all of those. And they added over here the Adeptus Mechanicus and the Necrons. And one important thing is that this will be created by King Art Games, so they are the creators of Iron Harvest. I haven't played that game, but this will be the first Dawn of War 4 that will not be developed by Relic. So I'm really curious what that will turn out to be. Okay, so let me know in the comment section what is your opinion regarding this. Do you consider that Dawn of War 4 will have the, let's say, desirable gameplay? Because in my opinion, that is the most important thing. If the game feels weird and crunchy, it will just be just like Dawn of War 3, and it will disappear in a few months. And I really hope that that will not be the case, because we already had Dawn of War 3, which in my opinion could have been patched by Relic and changed, even regarding the overall graphics and the weird, let's say, Force Commander, Leap and so on. They could have just go ahead, redo the animation, implement them properly, and the overall game was interesting when I consider the gameplay, but they tried to add those weird new game mechanics. They should just stick with the old Dawn of War 1 mechanics, and I'm pretty sure that Dawn of War 3 would have been a really good game. Okay, so let me know what is your opinion regarding this. Are you looking forward for Dawn of War 4, or are you gonna mostly play Dawn of War Definitive Edition, maybe with some mods, or maybe Dawn of War 2, since now they will implement Tau within Dawn of War 2 Elite. Okay, so that's it. Thanks for watching.